Right, how do I get these out? These are going to be damn tight. I don't think grabbing it with some mole grips is going to work. There's not enough thread there to double nut it. I could weld a nut on the end and try and wind them out. Or I could just file them down a little bit and put a slightly smaller thread on it. Because if they don't come out, I'm going to, and I've messed the stud up, that's going to be trouble. Right, what am I going to do with these two studs? This one and this one. These are the nuts I had to split the nuts off. I can see there's a big chunk of thread missing there. And the other one's pretty much the same. And I think these would have been M10 fine pitch. I'll just measure that. There we are, 9.8. 9.8. And where it's stripped, that ain't right. Where it's stripped, I've got 8.9. 8.7. And I wonder if that would cut a 9mm M9. Now, my brief research, M9 Nylock fine pitch is non-existent. I could get them made, but they're probably going to be, I don't know, 50 quid, £50 for two of those. I could easily go down to M8, but that's removing quite a lot of material. And that's pretty much reducing it to that sort of thickness. I think these studs are going to be really difficult to get out, considering the torque that was on these two, which is just mad. I don't think those will come out easily. So I'll see if there's an imperial size that will take less material off. I think M8 is pushing it. Yeah, I'll have a look through the imperial sizes, but 916 is pretty much M8. But if I do go for M8 and it fails, then I really haven't lost an awful lot, I don't think. I think that would still, it would still hold down, because this one's going to hold down the assembly more or less. And I can still get to that without taking the engine out, although it won't be easy. So a bit more pondering on that. Right, I'm hoping this will give me a solution. I pick up stuff like this wherever I can see it. Some old boys made this. Cost me a couple of quid from a boot fair. And these are all BA threads. And I think this one's marked 3/8, and I think that's a 3/8 UNF, which is a nice fine thread. And if we just compare it with, this is M8, so it's a lot bigger. It's a lot bigger than M8. And if we compare it with this, it won't actually go on. It's way too big to go on there. So I've turned down, this is an old head bolt I got. I've turned this down to 8.8, I think. 8.8, 8.9, which is about the same as what I've got left on that thread, on that stud. So I'm going to see if we've got enough there to cut that on. And I do actually have some in stock, some 3/8 UNF, not nylox, but nylox are readily available. So we'll cut that down and see if that works. So we'll get this together. I don't know if it's a right way and a wrong way. I want to put it in that way. Then you can still read what it says. And screw this in. Screw this in tight and that'll give you the biggest thread. So we'll start with that. And then lock it into place. Right, cut a thread. And I think that'll work all right. Oh, hold on a sec. And I think that is okay. And I've probably got a little bit more meat on the studs than I have on this. So if we give me a better thread. So I've prepared the area. Try and stop the bits falling down into the engine. And of course that doesn't fit. But I have got this cheap die holder that the handles unscrew, and that will pass. So I've just got to file a little bit off these to give that a chance of winding down there. Well, I'm pleased with that. There's that one thread there that looks slightly iffy, but I think it's okay. But this thread is very tight on that nut, so I could really do with running the die down again, making this a bit smaller. But I'll wait till I get some nuts and just check what that feels like. But that's barely reduced it. I mean, that's, come on, 9.7 on one of the original threads, and that's 9.2, so 0.5 millimeter. And I think that's a good result. But it will certainly confuse anybody in the future, won't it? Who wants to replace those nuts. I should put a little sign inside. I'll get this one cut now. There we are, that's got me out of a hole. So, shall we have a look at the cylinder head? That's why you're all here, isn't it? Let's pull it off and see what we got. Okay, here we go. There's 1, 2, 3, and 4. And not too bad, I would say. No sign of a leak. That all looks pretty good. Let's just give that crusty stuff a little scrape. That'll all come off, I'm sure. Okay, there's the head. And the board. Let's have a look at the other two. There is a slight shadow on that one. Where the piston, let me just get the lamp. A slight shadow where the piston's been sitting, but that's not, it's not pitted. It's just more of a stain. Put some light on that again. Pretty good. I should obviously get those measured. More for ovality, is that a word? Then well, I mean, as long as they're round, I'm normally quite happy with that. Let's have a look at this face here. I haven't taken this off yet. That all looks good. Let's get something to poke down the ball, down the waterway. There's some sludge in there. But hey, that's not bad. So far so good, eh? Let's not count our chickens. Right, I've taken the distributor out. I got so excited about sorting out those studs, I forgot to film it, but it's just two bolts and a little drive that fits on a spline down the hole there. And this is the tappet cover coming off, and these are 9mm spanner. Let's see what we can see in here. That's disintegrated gasket. And in fact, I know I thought half was missing, but I'm not sure it is. Anyway, what can I see in there? Fair enough. I better make something that I can put those in order. Last one, there's the others wrapped and numbered. And there's a bit of rust down the ball there, which I'll need to clean off. I don't want that dropping down underneath the push rod. I leave them oily and clean them as I refit them. Then at least they're not gonna rust while I'm waiting to get bits. Right, what's next? Crankshaft pulley. Now, my crankshaft pulley, I've got a chunk missing out of it. Now, that's obviously not going to... The belt's not going to fall off, but it's not very good, is it, really? So I'll see if I can get another one of those. I did think about welding it back up, but we'll see. Right, let's see what we got here. I've got some tabs there. I think that's it. Now this is going to take a bit of getting off because I don't know, I'm going to block the engine now. Let's see if it'll shock off. I don't think it will. I can't do this on camera. I'm just going to give that a whack, see if it comes off. Well, looking at that more closely, it's been bashed over around here. So that ain't going to come off too easily, is it? I'm going to have to grind a little bit away of that. Well, that didn't work. Let's see if I can do this. I made this years ago for exactly this job. See if I can get that on the flywheel. I haven't got a lot of space there. I'll try and fit that on. Well, that worked. I managed to get one bolt on there. And then this bolt stopped it turning. That's good. Got this off. This was tight. So I'll put a puller on that. I don't think that will just fall off now. Let's see if that will come off now. I'm running out of thread here. Oh, it's come in, I think. That wasn't actually tight on there, I don't think. And that's on a key. That would weld up quite neatly. Just put the balance back in it as well. Right. Timing cover now. And I don't know why that bolt is half out. I don't like that. But what we've got here are 9mm, but the nut on the back is 10mm. How bizarre is that? That's in tight, that is. Bottomed out by the look of it. Oh, come on. That's tight. I think that bolt's too long. loose here. Okay, look away while I do this. What's the matter with that? I think that's why it was tight, it's gone dry there. That looks a little bit loose to me, that does. I think that's going to rattle, isn't it?